Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. And today I'm super excited. It has been cold and rainy. It just won't let up. And I am in the mood for soup or something warm and comforting. So I had bought corn on the cob, very fresh. It was on ice. It was just as fresh as it could be. And I made zucchini and corn fritters. You may have already seen the video. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this one will come first. I'm not sure. But I'll probably post the zucchini fritters first. But I didn't use all the corn. This is off of 4 ears of corn. And now that I've decided to make this, I really wish I would have saved the corn cobs as well. But the chickens that I get eggs from got the corn cobs. So this is really sweet. And this is a white and yellow variety. So both on the same cob, if you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, just super sweet. White could be too sweet, but I think it depends on how much savory you add. So let me bring you in. I'll show you my ingredients, and then we'll get to the stove and start making some delicious chicken and corn chowder. And it's gonna fill the slot. And I've got fresh homemade bread. We're not gonna be sorry about this one. Okay, so this is gonna go back in the refrigerator, but this is 4 or 5 slices of bacon that I've crumbled up, just little, yeah, it's very crispy, just super crispy. Woo! And almost too crispy, I think. So, and then this is a leg and a thigh that we have, you know, the leg quarters. We had that for dinner and there was one left over. So this is also what made my decision for me. I could use home canned chicken, but I don't have to. I have 3 stalks of celery, all chopped up pretty fine. I've gotten this container half of a medium to small onion, 1 small shallot, and 4 cloves of garlic, all minced up pretty tiny. The onion's the largest, but I do want it to melt away into the soup. And then 4 just little, you know, not big, Yukon Gold potatoes, diced up pretty small. Again, I want everything about that, you know, that small. And then, of course, probably the equivalent to 3 ears of corn. Some chicken stock, or homemade, this is actually turkey stock. And then empty this one first. And then I also picked some fresh parsley, both curly and Italian parsley from my green stock. The first thing I've got to harvest, other than the microgreens that are coming up. I did taste some microgreen arugula, which is very exciting. Anyway, if you guys are looking for a garden update, leave me a comment in the comment section and I'll get that done for you as soon as it stops raining. Okay, this is going back in the fridge. Let's get to the stove and we'll get to sauteing some vegetables and get this put together. It is so delicious. It's warm. Chowder is just comfort food no matter what. So let's do it. I hope you can see. I have melted, this is about a half a stick of butter. And I'm gonna toss in my shallots, my garlic, and my onion. And I'm gonna turn my heat. I don't want this to go too fast, so it's gonna go to a medium. We just want these to get really translucent and soft. And this soup can go really fast. I'm gonna do low and slow, just because we've got a while before it's dinner time, but I wanna get this out of the way. So if my husband comes home and he wants dinner right now, I've got it ready. Oh, and who doesn't love the smell of butter, onions, shallot? Let's do some, oh, it's steaming up the place here. Cracked black pepper. I'll do more because I think any chicken, corn, any kind of soup needs copious amounts of fresh cracked black pepper. I can't emphasize that enough. Some salt to help get those vegetables working. See, hopefully you can see what's going on. Okay. Gosh, that smells good. I don't know what smells better, the butter or the garlic and onion. Now I have, oh yes. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. Yeah, there's not too many real soup days left for most people, but I like soup year round. Even when it's 90 degrees outside, you can give me a bowl of soup. If it's the right bowl, I'm going to eat it because it's one of my favorite foods. I think that goes back to my childhood. I don't know. Because I used to get a nice warm bowl of soup when I came home from school. And usually I had to heat it up, and I was in charge of making dinner for us, so I learned to cook at a really young age. Now I'm going to add just a pinch of red pepper flakes, just right there. You don't want a bunch because I don't want it hot, but I want to give it a little bit of kick, little spice. Never hurt anybody. Okay. I think those onions look pretty translucent. What do you think? I'm so excited about this. Okay. My celery, which, that is up to you however much you like. I love celery, so about a cup of celery chopped up. Pretty fine. I split the rib of celery 3 or 4 ways to chop that up. And we're just going to wait for that to soften up. And if you want to help it along, you can, but I wouldn't advise it because we're going to be making a roux here in a second. So I really want to get some softness on my celery. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Now I am ready to add my flour. The celery has gotten quite a bit softer, and I just absolutely love the smell of the vegetables when they're sauteing. So you're going to add your flour. I didn't measure anything really, but it's about equal, about a 1/4 cup of flour just to coat the vegetables just like that. And then we're going to add some chicken stock. I'm going to use the rest of this carton up first. Well, you know why. Because it's sitting in the fridge, right? Oh, I'm so excited about this. And then I'm going to bring my heat back up a little bit. And we'll get this other jar, this quart jar. So about 1.5 quarts. It's not going to be a huge pot of soup, but that way we don't have to eat it for days. Now that's all incorporated. Oh, it's already calling my name. Let me get a jar opener. The Tatler lids are a little different. But your pry lid or your jar opener from 4 jars that's like this, it should open it no problem. Okay, that goes in the dishwasher. And I want to make sure that's turkey stock. I did not. It's either chicken or turkey, but I didn't, for whatever reason, the label is not on there. Oh, yeah, that's turkey. Okay, no big deal. It's not strong turkey, Oh, it's good though. Woo. Okay, pour that quart of goodness in there. And if you don't want the sediment that's at the bottom, leave it out. You don't have to put that in there. There's always going to be a little bit of sediment, even though I triple strain my stuff. You're going to have a little bit of sediment. Okay, so now I've got this. I'm going to turn my heat up to a simmer. More pepper. I need to see it. I love a lot of cracked black pepper on my corn on the cob, so this is mimicking a lot of that. Okay. You can use canned corn, fresh corn, frozen corn. I've done all of the above. In fact, usually I get the fire roasted corn from Trader Joe's, but I don't have a Trader Joe's near me anymore. So it's too far for me to go. I'm out in the boonies. Okay, now I've got my potatoes that are going to go in, and I just drained the cold water they were in, just like that. The potatoes are going to release starches, and potatoes are what makes chowder chowder, right? That's right. All right, now I think we're good to go. Let it simmer for about 10-15 minutes, and then we're going to add our corn, and I've got a couple other things I need to add, some milk, and it's going to be divine. Okay, so I'm back. I did want to tell you I put a big bay leaf in there, and it is already, I tasted the broth. It is so delicious already, and I could have used a smaller pot, but I'm going to add what's left here of the milk, which is about 1.5 cups of milk. You want this, I'm going to cool this down. I really want it to just barely bubble and simmer. I'm adding my corn in. The meat, the chicken and the bacon will go in at the very end. And so will the parsley. You want that fresh flavor. And if you don't feel like you've got enough corn in there, which I do, that's the perfect amount. And you're going to simmer this. Now you could, like I said, simmer it with the cobs in there. That would be wonderful. But we're going to simmer it just like this until the potatoes are tender. And I don't think they're there yet. Oh, they're close. Add in your whole milk so it's creamy and delicious. Now, we're just going to let this simmer. A very low simmer, no boil. I don't want that milk to break. I want it to just simmer and be delicious and wonderful. And I used up my milk that I needed to use up. So, we're just going to let this go for about, half hour, 20 minutes, and it'll be time to see if we need to thicken it up anymore. If I do, I'll just make a roux with, or mix up like a slurry, not a roux, but a slurry with some flour and water, and we'll be ready to go. So we'll get this turned to a beautiful, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I hope you guys like chicken and corn chowder because it's one of my favorites. I like salmon and corn chowder too. Smoked salmon, corn chowder is divine. I have that video on my channel if you care to go search that out. Just salmon and corn chowder with Linda's Pantry and you'll find it. So this has had time to simmer and steep and it's wonderful. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, and I am going to thicken it a little bit, so I'm turning my heat up a little. I'm going to add my chicken and my bacon now, and my parsley, okay? So all of that goes in, and that adds some more texture and color, and oh, it's so good. I don't even know if I need to thicken it, but maybe a little. We'll just do a little bit. I made a flour slurry, so we're just going to add a little bit to it. I don't want to thicken it too much. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll get that, and I'll get it over as soon as everything heats through, and I feel like I've got it thick enough. I'm going to get over to the taste testing. Okay. Oh, and I almost forgot the secret ingredient. Oops. Literally, you don't have to do this, but I am doing whipped cream cheese, and I want 1/4 to 1/2 cup of whipped cream cheese in here, and we're going to let that just melt into this whole thing and add that tangy, delicious, yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay. And as soon as that melts in, we'll be ready to serve. All right. Get to stirring. Who doesn't want that on the table? Okay. You just have to be careful when you reheat it. You can't reheat it on high if you put it in the microwave or on the stove, because all that fat will break and you'll have curds. So you want to make sure when you reheat it, you do it at like 50 to 60% power, 70 at the outside, and then it's not so hot that it's going to break it. That's why we cook it at such a low temperature too. So I'm just going to get this thickened up, and yeah, we'll get it over to the tasting. Oh, it smells divine. I actually am super excited. I'm very hungry. So you can leave your bay leaf in, you can take it out at this point, but all right, there you go. There's my secret ingredient, and now we're going to be ready to serve as soon as that comes up to temp. I do hope you try this. It's absolutely delicious, and I hope you'll subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment and let me know if you've ever made this before and what you did different or the same.